so much. It is because this, I was going to say, yeah, I was going to say, after you get down to some fishy business, why don't you roam around and find all the variants needed for this collection? Saber. That is incorrect and also not a question. Next is Sill. Alright, Sill. Uh, I am going to ask for a more specific answer. Are people willing to give it to Sill because Sill did know it was a cat specific one? I was like, Sill, it is up to you whether or not you want the points. Alrighty. That being said, the correct answer has been said. It is a complete catalog, which I love the pun in that. I will give you the chance, though, since you did technically answer correctly, so to go ahead and choose the next one. That one is available. This enchantment is the bane of PvPers and mob wranglers alike. Oh, Hermes! Incorrect. That is Eagle next. That is also incorrect. Benja. That is correct. The number of times I have heard Destiny go off about thorns is insane. To be fair, I started playing Minecraft on a laptop and playing modded that I definitely did not have the capability for. I am very much a, if it might protect me while I'm lagging out, it's helpful. Alright, that was Benja answering correctly. Where would you like to go next? This enchantment has different trigger conditions in Java and Bedrock. Saber. Incorrect and not a question. That is Hermes next. That's a really good guess, honestly, but incorrect. That is Benja next. Also, I would not be surprised, but that is incorrect. Luna. I love the line of reasoning. Incorrect. Sill or Eagle, do either of you want to buzz in? Sill. Also valid. Incorrect. Eagle, you're the only one not buzzed in. Do you want to take a shot at it? That honestly, fair, but no. This is actually something I've experienced because my first edition properly was Education Edition, which is a port of Bedrock. It's impaling. In Java Edition, it affects aquatic mobs. In Bedrock, it is any mob that it is in rain or water, not necessarily aquatic. I know it is insane. Um, we we also would have taken fire aspect. although the wiki didn't say that, so I did not catch that. Um, yeah, yeah, but the impaling thing I specifically had because I had a weird spider spawn farm that I for some reason decided, yeah, I'll just throw Trident in there instead of fixing the entrance. So, you know, thanks 11th grade me for that. Right, who Benja, I believe you originally chose that one. All right, where would you like to go? All right. Congrats! You have find a shiny question. Shiny questions like shiny Pokemon are a little bit rare and a little more special. This is my favorite enchantment. All players will DM you my answer. If it is something that I would consider a favorite enchantment, you will get the points. So I will give you all about 30 seconds. There is a most correct answer. Unfortunately, that does not get you extra points. But I will go ahead. Modded enchantments modded enchantments do count for this particular one. I You may. I will just say the enchantment. Shout out to the 1%. Interesting. Okay, has everybody responded? It appears yes. Okay, so going down my DMs, we have Eagle with what is mending. We have Mighty, who is the fact checker, who also decided to respond, who can also see the correct answer, um, and said Riptide. Luna, who has also said mending. Saber, who has also said Riptide. Sil, who has said loyalty. And Benja, who has said the apotheosis enchantment, knowledge of the ages, or at least I believe it is an apotheosis thing. And I had to think for a moment what that one did. And I'm going to say it turns drops into XP, which I will say I do actually have a specific world in which I honestly should put that on something because I do have use for that. So I will honestly accept all of those answers. The fun thing is, none of you landed on my most favorite enchantment. There were two that I would have accepted. One of them would have been Soulbound from literally any mod that adds it, or my favorite vanilla enchantment, Unbreaking. Yeah, you all were also very right with any Trident enchantments. Um, yeah, all right, Mighty, if you yeah, because honestly, I am a big Riptide and Elytra person. All right, so for anybody who's not keeping track, that is the enchantment category completely taken care of. Uh, and let's see, as everybody answered that one, so I'm going to say buzzers are open. Luna, you buzzed in first. You are somehow beating everyone else's ping. Where would you like to go? All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is Luna. Incorrect. Saber. Incorrect. Hermes. You may. I will not be showing any modded blocks during this particular category. Incorrect. Benja. That is correct. I'm going to be honest. You said raw block of gold. And that is fair. To be fair, is that genuinely how it shows in Portuguese? Is it raw block of gold? Good question. Also, if anybody had blanked and had said bean blocks, I also completely understand, and I honestly would have accepted that. I will say, you had the correct words in the wrong order, unfortunately. Yeah. That being said, that was Benja. All right, where would you like to go? All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Luna. You somehow have the best ping. As I have stated before, there are no modded blocks present in this category. I uh both are incorrect, and I did not know about the wooden slab part. That is Syl next. That is also incorrect. Hermes. I am going to accept your first one. Petrified wooden slab is not correct. That is Saber next. Correct. Listen, I have to. Oh, yeah, you got it. You got it. Board 2 gets worse. Alrighty. That is probably, yeah. I mean, to be fair, Luna and I actively play in 1.12, and I have definitely played in some older versions from maps before. Entirely fair. That being said, that was Saber who answered correctly. Where would you like to go? Alright. This is the version we are currently on. This has apparently changed since I had written it, so there are 2 answers that I will accept, and Mighty, you can double check me to make sure any of the ones that are given are correct. Unlocking now. That is Sill. That is incorrect, Benja. That, to my information, at the time of writing it, is the correct answer I have. Mighty, I believe you have also double-checked this to be the correct answer, is 26.1. Yes, because the Tiny Takeover has officially come out at this point, Sil. Don't worry, I had to double check as well, because I'm going to be honest, with the more frequent updates, I also very easily forget where we are. That being yeah, that throws people off. That was Benja for that one, correct? Alright, where would you like to go? We have done 400 and 1,000. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Saber. That is Mighty. Mighty. Yeah. That is incorrect. Benja. That is correct. Again, the second one gets harder, and you have to remember, I wrote these questions. How bad am I? No, you have 1,000. The enchantment. Yeah. All right. Benja, that was your go. Where would you like to go? Dynaball? To get to the other side, Rocket Spleef Rush. That is Hermes. That is correct. Yeah, no, I was going to say Saber got ahead of you as well with that one, Luna. Yeah, well, because I think... Well, I was going to say, I think also it is partially you and Luna know you have bad ping, so both of you are getting ready to hit the buzzers, which I will say, completely fair, because that is what I would do when I was doing Quiz Bowl. That is wonderful and concerning, and Hermes, it is your go. We are missing 800, 1,000, and 200, 800, and 1,000. Which I've realized, Mighty, it looks like it was saying you can't play those audios. And I think that's because... Yeah, I was going to say, I think that is... Yeah, because I think it is specifically in my Google Drive that is trying to pull from. As in, I need to reopen the presentation. Yes, 400, and then somebody has also done 600. 600, we have... 600, I can double check. Yes. 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 400 and 600 have been done. Alright, Mighty, give me a second to get to that question. We're just gonna full screen this. It's no, because I need the buzzers. Ah! There's considering the number of times you have also made this sound, yes. Give me a second. I am just getting it so I can have the buzzers. And nope. There we go. I was going to say, Mighty, if you have an idea for me to get permissions to use somehow. Great, cool. Let's see if that works. To be fair, that is not the email that doxes you. Okay, we got it fixed. We got it fixed. Go for it. Yeah, Benja, ask your question. While Mighty is resharing this, to be fair, you can overtake Benja decently enough. Benja is currently sitting at 3,000. We have Saber in second with 2,200. Hermes in third with 2,000. Eagle in fourth with 1,400. And Syl and Luna tied for fifth with 1,000 points. Mighty, you need to, yep. Alright. 200. Alright. Yeah, you may have to unmute and turn up Mighty's stream. As in, I also have to unmute your stream, funny enough. Alright, is it? Alright, we good? That is Eagle first. That is correct. Yeah, I will say that is also specifically... Yeah, that is also specifically the very beginning of it. No, because the music box version does sound slightly different to that. I am not that mean. That being said, it is your go. UHC champions, Quickcraft, and Smash Heroes. That is Hermes. That is correct. Those are... And I'm going to be honest, the way that I checked was I hopped on the server, I opened the game... Wait, Luna, you're the one who drags me onto Hypixel. What do you mean? Alright, Hermes, your go. Alright. Is it... We good? We feeling good with one? That is Luna first. Your ping has worked against you. Luna. Come on, Luna. That is incorrect and also not a question. Next is Hermes. Yeah. I would like it known this is caused by your dear friend Aces, who I was like, I have a funny idea because I was listening to the Undertale soundtrack as I was working on this the other day. And your dear friend Aces was like, Yeah, no, that's funny, and that's also the point at which I believe Eagle, you realize, oh, I'm scheming in my thread. Might want to mute that. Um, I did. That being said, Eagle, you were next to buzz in. Did you have that answer? Same with you, Benja. Benja, did you? Mm-hmm. You were correct. Yeah, no, in my defense, Dog Song is known to be on the stream my version of getting clowned on by my playlist. It is sentient as well, and I would like it to please be a bit more polite. Um, if anybody would like to start a support group for mean playlists, that would be wonderful. Also that does take somebody ahead of Benja. So Hermes, where would you like to go? Correct. All right. That is Benja. That is incorrect. Saber. Saber has muted. Hello. That is incorrect. Hermes. That is incorrect and also questionably not a song. Do any of the other three players want to go ahead and buzz in and take a stab at it? Eagle. Incorrect. I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I know what that one sounds like. Oh, interesting. Sil or Luna, either of you want to take a stab? Neat. Saber, I am so sad you lost that 50-50 because you were correct. That is Alpha. You were so close, and I was hoping you would win the 50-50. But yeah, no, Alpha, 10 minutes long, my favorite song out of the, like, older original OSTs. Uh, and with that, that is Enchantments and Jukebox Hero both taken care of. Hermes, we are back to you since nobody got that. Uh, yes, I would once I reopen the thing on my end, so I can double check what we have. Uh, okay, sorry, I was double checking. So, we have all but the 600 in advancements. We have 600, 800, and 1,000. No, sorry, just 8,000, 800 and 1,000 left in servers. We have 200, 600, and 800. No, sorry, just 200 and 600 left in Guess Who. And all but 200 in updates. All right. Sorry, need to get on the buzzer. Sandyland, Chambling, you know. That is Hermes first. I'm going to be honest. I would have accepted just Skyblock Kingdoms, but you again. I would like it known some of these were written ages ago before I knew who was going to be in it, and I did as much as of this as I could off of my own knowledge, which again might want to be concerned for my sanity. Also, once again, Benja is not winning. All right. Uh, you as hey, Benja's the one who was hyping himself up. Hermes, we are back to you again. I mean, rock paper scissors, tag, poker, saber. Mm-hmm. If nobody, if you can provide proof of that, and nobody gives me the actually correct answer, if you can show me that that is actually true and nobody gets what I have written as the correct answer, I almost want to give it to you. But I am going to go to Hermes next. I'm also fascinated by Saber, and I kind of just want to know how you did that. However, Hermes has somehow figured out this is in fact hermitcraft. And I will note, I did make this question harder because poker didn't used to be there until I remembered that it existed. That being said, these are all from different seasons. These are all from different seasons. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I would that is the version of poker that I was thinking. Yeah, I was going to say I was thinking of the season 10 of poker. I was thinking the laundromat poker. Because I was going to yeah, so somehow Green Green has a problem with death games. We ignore me. Um Hermes has somehow I'm going to be honest, that was probably the meanest question that I had on this one, and somebody got it, so now I'm concerned for next board. Eagle and Benja, you two eh, well, no, there's one I would say would be more evil. Eagle and Benja, you two both also buzzed in. Did either of you have something for that? Benja? You know, considering what we're also fundraising for, I shouldn't be surprised. All right. That technic technically no, they did test me for it and they said no. I know I I know I've been peer reviewed shut. That takes out servers out back to Denny's. Um who Hermes. I heard something from yeah. I was going to say hold on because I was going to yeah. There I was going to say Saber, if you want to DM me a screenshot, I almost want to give you points. Yeah, because I was going to say, I know like you have mentioned Gilda before, uh, and I agree. It is a real server. It does technically fit the criteria. That's insane. Uh, Hermes, your go. Kirsten, you can. You'll need to set up a the we're gonna get there. I've been up since 3 a.m. Uh, you'll need to set up a stall. You all can read. I'm unlocking the buzzers. Eagle, go for it. That is incorrect. Sill. That is correct. Uh, and that was double checking that was 800, right? Cool. Congrats, you broke your tie, Sill. You are now in fourth. Uh, 200. Oh, hold on. The let me clear buzzers. I'm going to give down a countdown of 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is Luna first. That is correct. Thank you for saying grass block and not grass. You're a builder, I'd imagine. Uh, that honestly also is very helpful. Luna, congrats, you finally get to choose. That is your first non-group question, correct? Yeah. We have Mighty. I can double check. We have 200, 400, and 1,000 in advancements. We have 600 in Guess Who, and we have all but 200 in updates. All right, hold on. Let me yeah, I was going to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is Sill. That is correct. It is not. I am that mean, not for right now. Not without resource packs. Not without resource packs. Yep. Thank you. Uh yeah, so go for it. Guess who is all done. That was the last one. Yeah. You have all but 600 and 800. You already did 600. Yep. Phantom screaming in your ear? You can avoid them by getting this advancement, and that is Eagle. That is correct. Yep, there's the DMCA I was waiting for. All right, that leaves Eagle. It is your go. That leaves 400 and 1,000 in advancements and all but 200 in updates. often the last advancement done in all advancement speedruns. Newer versions of this require 3 kinds of omen. That is Hermes. I'm I am I'm going to time you out there. That is Eagle next. That is correct. Then what are we doing on Tuesdays? Alrighty. Oh, thank you. There's always one category nobody wants to do. Unfortunately, completing this advancement doesn't get you a nice meal, but you will have spared enough meat to make one. That is Benja. That is incorrect. That is Hermes next. You're not even buzzed in, Luna. I I will give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is not a question and incorrect. That is Saber next. Yeah, muted. 5, 4, 3. That's game 2, 1. I'm going to time you out there, Sil. That is the one that your other competitors were trying to figure out. It is not correct, unfortunately. Eagle or Luna? Or, yes, Eagle or Luna. Do either of the birds want to take a peck at this? Great. So it's a spear advancement. Benja, what is it? That is correct. Unfortunately, you are not going to get the points because yeah, none of us know newer things. We're all in older updates. I'm Yeah, like for the 1,000 one, I need a hard one. Yeah, I will say arbalistic. Yeah, I will say arbalistic. Wonderful guess. That being said, you all do now have to do updates. You have all but 200 left. I believe the last person, Eagle. Because you all have gambling issues. Eagle, you were the last one to answer correctly. Don't worry, I'm bad with I am a roguelike person. I am also bad. Eagle, you have everything but updates 200 available in that category. That is our only category left. Where would you like to go? All right. Mighty, are you there? You go. Many mods are not updated beyond this update due to the flattening in the next update. That Okay, somehow it flipped from being Saber first to Luna first? Luna, you're gonna feel bad for stealing that, because you are correct. Because the flattening of data did in fact happen in the next update, and this is one of the few thousands that I didn't have to fact check myself on, because this is something that I know because it is what killed Thaumcraft. Yeah, I will say that has put 3 people together in 4th place with that correct answer, Luna. Yeah. No, because there's a 3rd place? You're doing great, Mighty. You are tired. Okay. That, you know what? Yeah. It if you want to split the points, I'll do that. Luna, you're now in last. All right. That being said, Luna, I will still give you the option. You have 400, 600, and 800 left. All right. Adding in magma, polar bears, and a teleport command, this update's name contradicts itself. I will also take the version. That is Luna for real this time. Why do you know that? Okay, so is Syl. I was going to say, Hermes, you were next. What were you going to say? Neat. If anybody's wondering what the actual name of the update is, it is the Frostburn update. Pick the next one, Luna. Fair. All right. Oh, so you're sandbagging. Wonderful. 400 and 600 left. This is the version most speedrunners play on. Benja. That is correct, and thank you for giving the specific version. Because beyond that, yeah, I would have taken 1.16. Technically, the more correct answer is 1.16.1, because if you start getting beyond that, that's when the bartering table got changed, so it was less likely to get Ender Pearls. Yeah, which that bit I didn't know until I was double checking my stuff. Benja, I would tell you to choose, but there is one left, so unfortunately. Yeah, go for it. 400, 400. You could have said 420. This update is also known as the combat update. That is Luna on that one. That is correct. Where are you on my thing? All right. That is the end of that board, and honestly, it's not looking too bad. I will say the next board, because there was a chance we were splitting into groups, the next board doesn't have doubled amounts. It All right. Well, would you two like to know where you stand before? Well, Hermes, you are actively winning at 5,400 points. Benja, you are next with 3,600 points. We then have Luna with 2,900 points, Saber with 2,700 points, Syl with 2,400 points, and Eagle in last with 2,200 points. Alternatively, whoever is... I was going to say, we have the alternate thing of whoever is staying, because I do have quite a few fun ones in this next one. Because Mighty, hide, Mighty. Scroll backwards. That also works. In that case, if we have people who want to keep playing, I can also just reset the scores and we can just say Hermes has won this first board. Neat. In that case, who would like to stay for board 2? Yeah, but the saber! Alright, yep, bye Saber, bye Hermes. Alright, so I heard an eagle staying. I think I also heard a bencha staying. Luna? Alrighty. Sil? Entirely fair. Mighty, I would ask if you want to step in, but unfortunately, you have seen all the answers at this point. In that case, we can... Yeah. And... Yeah, in that case, honestly, this works. We will just run it with... You know what, Saber? Fair enough. Yeah, I will see you tomorrow for a couple of events going on there. Alright, I can now close this board, to scroll over to this one so I can see what we are working with. Is everyone ready to go? Alrighty. We can go ahead and show that board. Your categories for this one are adventuring time. I'm going to show you a picture of a biome. You will have to tell me what biome it is. I will be specific to what the in-game name of this biome is. We then have modded. Name that tune, in which case, for this one, I will be giving you a lyric of a song within the Minecraft fandom. You tell me what song it is, and I am going to specifically take the song. I will not take the artist. We then have crafting. I will give you the ingredients to a crafting recipe, not in any particular shape. You tell me what it is. We have trades. I'm going to show you a trade that a villager can have. You tell me the villager. Spotify? No, you do not get to pause. And then we have speed running, which I am so sorry. You were missing one of my few niche areas of knowledge. Best of luck. Yes. Yes. Yes, for example, if I were to show you or give you the recipe for a crafting table, it would say 4 planks. Alrighty, who got... Who got the last question right on the last board? Was it anybody in this game? Are you all fine with Luna starting? Oh, great! This Y level is most commonly used when doing a zero cycle. Benja. Incorrect. Eagle, you're next. I can see your logic. Incorrect. Luna? I mean, does anyone... And honestly, I'm interested to hear, Mighty, do you know what a zero cycle is? 'Cause I was like, it is, considering this is something that I think will be very specific to mostly me and maybe Mighty. If somebody can explain the concept in a question, well, yeah, that's why I say it's like it's our thing. I will say if somebody can explain the concept in the question, are you all willing to give half points, because this means all of you could potentially get half points? Luna, if you could, if nobody, I was going to say, if nobody gets the actual answer correct for speedrunning specifically, if you explain the concept, are you willing to give half points to that person? Fair. All right, Benja, what's a zero cycle? That is correct. In the Y level that is most commonly used, according to Corey Ways, very easily actually. You just break their pathfinding. The most commonly used Y level, according to various sources I could find, and also more specifically where I double checked the information that I had from Curry Way's speedrunning guide, it is Y95, and that is the layer that the player stands on. But yes, you were correct. That is what a zero cycle is, so you will get 500 points for that. Uh, and just because I want to bully Luna, go ahead and pick the next question. Benja. This is the closest distance of the first ring of strongholds. Benja. That that is incorrect. I will take blocks or chunks for this one. Next is Eagle. Incorrect. Luna, you have any idea? They can in Bedrock. In Java, they cannot. I will say, Benja, what was your guess? Was 128 chunks? If we go in the middle ground between you and Eagle, we get the correct answer of 1,280 blocks or 20 chunks. Yeah. Okay. You were, which honestly, reasonable number. It's divisible by 64. I think. You were guessing random number, weren't you? Yeah. Uh, we do. Alrighty. Are we just, Eagle, are we working backwards on this category to get it out? Alright. This competition features up-and-coming speedrunners, with the most recent season seeing Nominal Gravy in second place. That is Eagle. That is correct. I watched a little bit of the final one. Because Legs had noticed that Nom was in the finals, and then we were all like, cool, we're going to go cheer on Nominal Gravy. But yeah. Eagle, full points on that one. It was. Eagle, would you like to choose the next one? This is considered the minimum amount of iron needed before going to the nether. Oh, great. Eagle. That is As Mighty has pointed out, technically correct, there is a more correct answer that I am looking for according to the speedrunning guide. If nobody else gets the exact number, I will give it to you because the answer is technically 0. And I will explain why. Benja, what is your guess? Incorrect. Luna. Incorrect. Generally, guides recommend to get 7 because you want 3 for an iron pickaxe so you can mine gold blocks and bastions, 3 for a bucket, and 1 for a flint and steel. However, 0 is technically correct because you can find a rune portal that is completable with the obsidian in the chest and then either use a fire charge that is also found in that chest, a flint and steel that's found in that chest, or woodlight. And we ignore the fact that I came up with the reason that that is correct on the fly after Mighty pointed it out. I don't know too much about the game. Ignore me. As our fact checker did give it to me as a potentially correct answer before the game started, I will leave it up to you all if you want to give full or half points to Eagle on that one. 0. I mean, you have... The fact checker pointed it out. That is true. It Cool. You want to go ahead and finish off this category? Alright, did I clear buzzers? Yeah. This creator is on a quest to beat Minecraft 100,000 times. That is Benja! Hey, somebody else. Benja. Incorrect. You are correct, that person is a speedrunner, Eagle. That is correct. And hilariously, I accidentally mentioned the name when I mentioned the speedrunning guide that I was using to, like, doubly check all my answers. So the fact that I have also said the person's name throughout today is very funny. Dice roll. It was a dice roll, and then I realized, oh shoot, I actually did make the second board harder. Whoops. Which is also why, as soon as we had the numbers, I was like, combine the boards, combine the boards, combine the boards. That being said, that was Eagle. That's trades, Mighty. Chicken. Okay. I'm calling BS on the buzzer. I saw Benja for a good full second before Luna popped up. Benja, I'm giving that to you. Benja, what is your guess? That is... I was in the process, as you were correcting yourself, of saying that is not a question. Fact checker, you have... Fact checker, I will leave it up to you. If my... I am leaving it up to you because you are presumably impartial in this. I was in the process of saying that is not a question, as Benjo was correcting. I will leave it up to you. Because you also would have potentially heard who was speaking first. Benja, will you accept that I, at that point, had started to tell you that it was not formed as a question? Alternatively, I'll let you split it with Luna because Luna has no points. Cool. You are correct. I wanted to be mean with this one. Yes. That is in fact lava chicken. May it burn forever. Yeah, no, the buzzer genuinely had Benja for a good second, and then Luna jumped on top, which was it does, which like that's the whole point of blocking the buzzers is it's supposed to like even things out. And yet it decides, nah, Bellew. Um that being said, Benja Luna, which of you wants to choose the next question? Alrighty. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Benja. That is. Where did my notes go for this? Please hold as I find which of these tabs is the Minecraft wiki. And I double checked that. Please hold. Mighty, can you make sure that all of. Actually, no, I need to double check because you would show it. That is okay. That is incorrect. That is Luna next. That's not correct. And I will double check to make sure it is not also in the Fisher trade. It is not. It is not. The job is Mason and incorrect. Eagle? Also incorrect. Okay. Does anybody want to take one final wild guess? Because I'm going to be honest, I did not know this was a trade, but I also don't think I have ever traded with this one. Leatherworker is wrong. Benja, what is it? It's the Butcher. I genuinely don't think I have ever traded with a Butcher, which is why it's the 1001. And I can see why, because it's a fuel source. It's a fuel source to cook food with. And also used to make, like, theoretically sushi and stuff like that. Yeah, no. Fisherman, wonderful guess. It's what you expect. Unfortunately, Minecraft. Alright, that being said, Benja, you do still have the go. Sometimes considered an essential mod, this is one of the most used optimization mods. That was very clearly Luna first. I don't. There is a specific one I'm looking for, and I'm going to. Lithium is technically separate from sodium, but you are correct. It is sodium. I was going to say lithium is an entirely separate mod. It is not a fork. Sodium is fabric. Yeah, I used it today. Or potentially also embedium. I know embedium is also a fork. Yeah, which like also fair because they're all elemental names. That being said, I also put it's sometimes considered Na as in the chemical for sodium because we college was literally rocket science for me. It's fine. That being said, Luna, year ago you were still tied for last with Benja. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Benja. Understandable, incorrect. Eagle or Luna? I was going to say Luna, we would have known each other at the time that this update came out. Also reasonable, incorrect. Luna, you're the last one to make a guess. Also reasonable, incorrect. For anybody who has not played the Craftmine update, which was last year's April Fool update, this is the hub. As in, that is the biome. It is literally just called hub. It is just hub. It's not even the... Well, no. Multiple Your Evil messages with screenshots attached have been sent to me today. To be fair, neither did I until I was going through a list of biomes, and I hit it, and apparent like I knew there was obviously stuff for the potato update, but then I hit the craft mine, and I'm like, why is that there? And then I realized it's the hub you start in, and I'm like, oh, so they just decided to be obvious with this one. But yeah, that I believe still keeps it on you, Luna, to choose. All right. Once again, you have found the shiny question. I will have all of you DM me an answer. Mighty will also, for the joke, answer me as well. This is your host's favorite mod. All players DM me an answer. Intriguing. I am looking for a mod, not a mod pack. All right. Mighty is of course doing the answer that I thought. You're good. Alrighty, so going down the list of what I have in DMs, we have actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna so I want to know that Benja for a while now, I think like literally a week after we met, I have had Benja's name set to this. 6-7's answer was what is ultra bright? We have Mighty, who gave me 3 different answers of Loki, Eklum, or AZ, ignoring the fact that they themselves are also a mod of mine. Eagle with what is Origins, and Luna with Thumbcraft or Britannia. Luna, you are the most correct with Thumbcraft. Eagle, you are the second most correct with Origins. Benja, I'm going to be honest, I would have to look up your mod. That's what I figured. I was going to say even then I use gamma utils. But yeah. To be fair, if Benja had messaged me Loki, I would have also accepted that. Technically, Loki is a mod, which I want it noted. I would not have accepted that, except I was talking to somebody last night and they decided to be evil to you all. The person who decided to be evil? Yeah, that's Mighty. Alright. Did you all seriously buzz in on that last one? Okay. Rip. Alright, well, considering, Benja, you did not get that one, I will let you go ahead and choose the next one. I believe everything but 1,000. No, 200. We've also done. Yep. Find some mithril trees to get started in this logic-based mod. Yeah, Luna? You were quick enough. I will accept it. It is integrated dynamics. I'm going to be honest, I have never touched the logic bit. I know it exists. I know you can do weird stuff with it. Mm-hmm. I did did I genuinely misread that? I'm going to be honest. I have been up for almost 17 hours. Yeah. We ignore the fact that I have work tomorrow in the morning. It's fine. That being, I don't even know who answered that correctly. Was it Luna buzzing first? I'm going to presume. Yeah. Funky blue trees that drop berries. That being said, you're still not winning, Luna. It is your go to choose, though, as I reset the buzzer. That is correct. 5 iron ingots, 8 crafting table, 8 dropper, and 2 redstone dust. Eagle. Mighty, would you accept that? That is technically its function. It is in game called just a crafter. Um, that being said, yeah. Nope. I just tried to take 1,000 points for you, Benja. Did you also know that? Because you buzzed in Luna. Yeah, Benja. Okay, if you were also going to say autocrafter, then I don't feel against. Yeah, because it is functionally an autocrafter. Um, but yeah, Eagle, it is your go if Mighty ever goes back. Thank you. Ooh, ooh, Luna, Luna, I know a specific space. Luna, I know a specific spot that I think that would look really cool in. I just can't say where, and you know why. Honestly, yes. I will say it after. We we should be in the correct version for it. We'd have to double check, but yeah, I was going to say we should definitely be in the correct one then. We love being vague. Luna and I are wonderful. Who got that? Oh, uh, yeah. All right. Anomaly on board. You do not belong. You're attacking board. Uh, okay. Benja, I know for a fact I have played Avid songs for you. So, Bonk Stick, um, Luna, if you die horribly in this round, I don't feel bad. Benja more so. Luna, I don't. Also, shout out to me almost accidentally reading the question for a different one because I have been pulling it up on the site so I can double check my answers when they are actually present. Which now that I think about it, do any of the trade ones have it? No. Please hold while I quickly put in the answers so that way you all aren't waiting for me later on. Because I mean I will want to double check. That's misspelled, that's fine. That one I know, but I'm gonna write in for the sake of that. That one I know. Okay, actually I do know all of them, we're fine. Wait, have you never seen the cabinet? Have you never seen a cabinet before like that? Fair enough. Also, Mighty, back to the board, please. It is also your go, Eagle. I have a feeling you have found your category. I'm the knight, the soldier who brings the fight at first light. That was so close. That was barely Eagle, although I think I heard both of you spamming spacebar. I'm going to say incorrect on that one, Benja. Reasonable guess, incorrect. Luna, do you have a guess? All right, I will say you are correct with the. I know you know the song. You're going to beat yourself up for this, Eagle. This is Hermit Gang. Yeah. To be fair, I have had that stuck in my head the past few days I've been walking to work. It has been very fun. That being said, nobody got that Eagle. It is still on you. So give me a second to sneeze. Yep. All right. Mighty, did you hear that? Name that tuned 400. I know it's me you're gonna think. Make a bed, it's not too late. Benja. Incorrect, and I have a feeling that is going to be the only thing you're going to guess. Um, Eagle or Luna, do either of you have a guess? Luna. That is not correct. Eagle. Who? Okay, I don't know where Hermit Gang is coming from all of a sudden, but Eagle, you are correct. Yeah, I was going to say, Eagle, I think you did say don't mind at night, right? You are correct. Did you have to sing through it? Yeah. Make a bed, it's not too late. 3 wool and 3 wooden planks, don't mind at night. Yeah. Which they are incorrect. Mine at night, it is better for you. I will die on that hill. Just not to the mobs. Exactly. Thank you. Do you want to finish off the category? Creeper. Oh man. Luna. That is correct. I know, you said creeper out man, and I'm like, I have to hold my tongue. I have to hold my tongue. Which is fair. You are correct that you are correct that I am legally required to include a Captain Sparkle song. And honestly, there was a chance that these were going to be moved slightly, and I was going to put in Dragon Hearted as a later one. Dragon Hearted is my favorite of the Fallen Kingdom songs. That being said, Luna, you got that one. Where would you like to go? Alright. Mighty, you got that? Adventuring Time 800. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Benja. That is incorrect. That is Eagle next. That is a structure and incorrect. Luna. You are correct. It's not the barren one on account of there are things. This is the End Highlands biome. Alright, fair enough. You can blame Luna again because it is their go. 5, 4, 3. Oh, you can put it back. 3, 2, 1. Benja. Incorrect. Eagle. Correct. There is still just a biome called Ocean, and I find that hilarious. And the fact that one of them is still just Ocean. There are so many. It's like different depths, different. And then there's just Ocean. And it's not even like it's an old thing from before we had biomes. I am decently certain while we were flying around today in bingo that I did come across something that was just Ocean, so I'm pretty sure it is still a modern thing. And I love that. And that was Eagle for that one. And that was, hold on, I can double check because I have it pulled up. That was the 600 one. Yeah, no, it's still mathematically possible. Eagle. We have everything but 1,000. Alrighty. 2 sticks and 1 ingot diagonal. Luna. I would have accepted any spear, but Iron Spear is technically correct. I couldn't figure out a way to say just material without it being confusing. So ingot was my next best thing of like copper or gold or iron. But yes, spear is correct. Mighty, what correction did you want me to make to this that was worse than what I had? But considering, but then it's taking the 50-50, and we've already had those screw over things. Thanks. Say, say, save that for tomorrow. I will have the questions done, I promise. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Luna. You are correct. Did you think it was actually called Mesa? No, uh, I was going to say that was put there to see if I could potentially trip people up on saying Mesa, which I'm going to be honest, I say more often, and I set my waypoints for that. You are thinking of eroded badlands. Yep, buzzers locked, buzzers are locked. Alright, Luna, your go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Luna. Luna. Correct. What was it? Benja, did you think it was something else? To be fair, I can see why, because it would, because the thing is, it would fit with every other biome that is like. That is true. Dark. To be fair, Woodland Mansions, it makes sense that it's being a little tricky with that, but yeah. But for example, you have like Flower Forest, or you have like old growth pine forest. I did consider putting something like that and making you all figure that out, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna do April Fools instead. Let me double check on my end before you click it, Mighty. Alright, in that case, yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Benja. Correct? It is in newer versions because they got rid of the name tag trade. They got. This is a nerd server! Alright. Alright, Benja, your go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Luna. Correct. That was for. Luna is overcompensating for being uh no comment. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You all spawned in at the exact same time? Literally, genuinely, it was exact same frame, so I'm going to be honest. I kind of want to redo that to see if it does it again. So, that was so creepy. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, Luna, that came in a cascade. Luna, you got first again. That is correct. Why you're doing that specific kind of trade, I don't know, but pop off. You love. Yeah, I was going to say, you just love your ex Nihilio situations. Ignore me. It wasn't your idea anyways. Luna, your autism. 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is Luna once again, unfortunate. You saw Eagle first? If Luna wants to defer to Eagle, I will. Alright, Eagle? That is correct. I would hope everybody knows what the cleric trade for flesh is. Uh, did you just learn it in the DMV? I mean, I just do that in modded scenarios a lot. Alright, so I believe of categories that we've taken care of, that is name that tune, trades, and speedrunning. And adventuring time, so we just have modded and crafting left. Eagle, where would you like to go? We... Yep. Oh. Hey, Bill, for redstone. I was going to say, yeah, you two... Oh, well... Benja, you spawned in at the same time. I'm like, Luna did get disconnected. Benja, it's up to you whether or not. Well, Benja. That is correct. Luna, let me know when you are reconnected, because you are in twice with the same name, which is funky. I don't know either. Have fun. Benjo, where would you like to go? We have 400, 600, and 800. No, 400 and 600. Does your mod have a guidebook? Then this mod is likely a dependency. That is Luna. That is correct. Yep. To be fair, I've known patchouli being a thing for a while, and honestly, I've been meaning to look into seeing how you make custom stuff with that. That being said, it is back to your go. Where would you like to go, Luna? I still say it might be something that you messed up with the server. Where are you going? Likely story. Where are you? Modded 400. This mod allows rebinding keys much easier, allowing you to search by key or category. Benja. Fair, valid, incorrect, eagle. Also valid guess, incorrect. Luna, do you have a guess? I was going to say, Mighty, without looking at the answer, do you remember what the answer is? Everybody else has already given their go. Do you remember? Yep. Yep. And, I love controlling. If anybody had said that, it is so nice. It is genuinely also one of my favorite mods. If anyone had said that earlier, I would have taken that as well. I love my quality of... Oh, yeah. You have two. You have 200 and 400. And I'm going to be honest, I think this is a fight to see if Eagle can keep Luna out of first. Well, Luna, it's your go. Do you want 200 or 400? 2 pale oak logs and a resin block. once again, Luna keeps kicking people out of the first buzzer. That is correct. Benja has decided to go play Marvel Rivals. That being said, Eagle, if you get this next one, you will keep Luna out of first, because you two are tied right now. So it would be very funny if I decided for this last one, I will only accept a joke answer. And I'm going to be honest, if anybody gives me the joke answer, I will also, I think, honestly, if either of you give the joke answers, that I also would accept for this. I think if one of you gets me the joke answer, I will accept it. Go ahead and show the last one. 3 string, 3 sticks. Luna. That is the correct answer. Eagle, can you give me what I would potentially consider to be the silly answer? That is certainly something. There is a very specific one that I was looking for. Benja, do you have a silly answer? Pompu? Have they? Oh. Cool. Let me make sure that chat can actually hear. Okay, chat has gotten the silly answer. Mighty, what is your silly?
Check VC text.
That was what I was going to guess. I was gonna guess string X.
So, Kompu wins for getting the correct answer of what is a wob. And I will say I'm also complicit in this, of making a bow backwards, and for some reason thinking that the sticks are supposed to be the straight part, and the curved part is a string.
Everyone's done at some point.
Everyone has done that. Everyone.
Yep. So, congrats, none of your points matter. Kompu wins. Congrats, Kompu. You came here moments ago.
We all lose together, and that's all that matters at the end of the day.
That is what matters, and also the fact that I had to move our goal earlier, which is insane, and also the thing of I get to go to bed at a reasonable time.
I would like to argue every answer of every question and say I should get points and I should win. Thank you.
I will give
Do we all agree that Benja loses?
Tell you what,
Benja,
hold on, Benja,
Benja.
no, I have a proposition for Benja. Benja, I will watch my stream timer. I will give you 10 seconds. If you can tell me how many points you should get if you get the entire board correct in one go, I will give it
67.
to you.
Alright, let's deal with this.
God, our death threats.
We had the same thought.
Oh man.
Genuinely though, Benja, I'm going to give you a countdown. From then you'll have 10 seconds. If you can tell me how many points you would get by getting every question correct, I'll give you the points. 3, 2, 1, go. 10,
5,692.
8, 7. How does it end in something that's not 100?
No question.
Can I give the answer? I know what answer it is.
No.
Most of you type in VC chat what the answer is. What you think the answer is. Well, I grab my phone calculator and figure it out for myself.
Yeah. I did math methods in school.
I have the answer, by the
I'm
way.
currently studying for an engineering degree.
Yeah, no, you're both correct.
Okay, so technically, because we had 2 different boards, it's double that, so like you're both wrong.
I said
But,
on
like,
this board. I said on this board.
And also, we did reset.
And also, technically, if we did 2 boards properly, not only would we have to account for the potential of getting a max amount on the double Jeopardy, as well as getting the final Jeopardy, as well as the fact that the second round is meant to be doubled.
Yeah. Frick you guys. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, thank you all
no,
for...
thank you, you're not my type.
Thank you. Thank you all for sticking it out for the second board. I am going to be, I say I'm going to be going to bed. I'm not. I'm going to be getting the world set up for guest build tomorrow, and maybe also writing a few questions. I will be in bed by 9.
Your roommates.
Good.
You're... Oh, that's right.
I'm gonna go scheme with your roommates.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure my roommate is also potentially playing Rivals with Benjo right now.
But
No.
your roommate being live and playing Marvel Rivals with Benja and probably me whenever I load up the game? No.
Why would I ever go play Rivals with that nerd?
No, why would I have, seen... Give me the notification pop up.
Yeah, hold on, I'm just gonna do this.
Yes, thank you all for coming out.
You're not welcome.
I will see some of you tomorrow for, actually.
Yes.
Which, that should be great.
It'll be great. Don't look at my performance today.
I'm prepared to possibly lose that one as well. Even though I won today once.
Mighty Marauders play Marvel Rivals.
No, I'm not.
To be fair, I'm still figuring out exactly how many questions long it's going to be. And also double checking what the timing is between that and guess a build. Because I would like to go to bed at a kind of reasonable time tomorrow as well. This weekend's great in terms of timing. I'm going to be honest, I walked in, the manager was like, "Hi, how you doing?" And I'm like, "The earliest I'm going to bed tonight is 8 p.m. And I was correct. It is currently 8:19. I will be going to bed probably around 9.
Go sleep.
Unless you're offering to write the actually questions for me, no.
Okay, as much as I, a contestant, would love to write the questions,
Wait, you are a contestant!
Yeah, I don't think I can.
I'm going to get Loki's cat to write it then.
Okay. Wait, what did Ender do?
I'm gonna head out.
Yes.
I am getting tired. See y'all tomorrow when I get to
see you tomorrow. See you.
Bye.
Well,
Blood on the Clock Tower tomorrow also?
Yes, that should be at 1 p.m. EST.
I'm gonna be so asleep.
You are, to be fair, Australian.
Yeah.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya. Gallifrey, I should get you in for my game show, Friend or Fake. I think you would do wonderfully.
Luna, you already have me scheduled.
I do?
Yes! You told me this months ago.
Bye!
Bye! This is fun. If you need help with anything, let me know.
The only way I really get help with things is if you don't play in actually tomorrow, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, that's fine. If it helps the event go on like faster for smoother, absolutely, I'm down.
Really, it's just a matter of what can I write during my break tomorrow. Because I'm going to be honest,
if you have a certain limit, if you have a certain limit and you can't get to that limit, let me know. I'm absolutely fine dropping out of them, actually, and writing questions.
There, I mean, I do have a couple of questions, and honestly, tonight did give me an idea of how many I can write and how many we can get through in time. So it's mostly just getting them together. To be fair, a number of things have been done during my work break over the past week. Like, pretty much all of Blood on the Clock Tower was written either walking to work or during my work breaks.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Alright, well.
Yeah. I'm gonna head out.
Yep, see ya.
Have fun. Bye-bye.
So, yeah, thanks, Kampu, for pointing out the fact that even though they could see them, they couldn't hear them the entire game. That's going to be a wonderful VOD considering nobody else was live. I am so upset about that. So there's that, but yeah, genuinely, thank you all so much. So far over today, we have raised $200, which is wonderful. That is, yeah, until you pointed it out, Kampu, I had not. Okay. Apparently, Tiltify is half lying to us. The overlay says 225. Hold on, we can do math, kind of. Okay, yeah. The dashboard is just being funky. Yeah, 225. Dashboard is just lying to me. Yeah, $225 raised with an initial goal of 200 is crazy. Thank you all so much for that, and we still have another day. Tomorrow we start our day off at 1 p.m. EST with the Minecraft Blood on the Clock Tower, which I had to double check that I did correctly save the changes from yesterday. After that, we move into Actually, which we will definitely make sure is ready to go, even if it ends up being potentially a shorter game. That does give us time to potentially go hop on late.gg for a bit while we wait to get started on Guess the Build, which that should be a lot of fun. That's actually going to be the one event that I will be participating in because I want to. It's been a while since I've done. Come on. Thank you. Spotify likes to randomly pause. Yeah, I would like to playing that. It's my event. There's nothing stopping me from participating, so I'm going to be playing. I am going to fight everybody for this blue spot, though. Yeah, I shall see you all tomorrow at roughly 1 p.m. And let's see if there's somebody who is also doing Gamers Outreach. Actually, there's I want to see specifically if somebody is live. Because theoretically, if this person is live, they should be doing Gamers Outreach stuff, and it is an hour of the night. Where? Yes. Okay. We are going to go keep it in the Gamers Outreach realm, and we are going to go raid you all over to Joe Hills, who there is cutouts of Mumbo in the background, and I'm not going to question it. So we're going to send you all, keep it within the Gamers Outreach realm. There is questionably some kind of podcast going on with B-Dubs, Joel, I think that was it, Skiz, and Jimmy. They cut away. So, who knows? Yep, Skiz and Jimmy. Cool. I will see you all tomorrow. Go eat, sleep, drink, do whatever you need to do. If you need to move laundry, move your laundry. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have less technical difficulties. See ya.